Tell me about where you were in August when you joined the program and what you were dealing with, what was happening for you.
Okay, in August it was tough times. It was a very dark place. Every day was a battle, like in my head, a private battle that no one could see, and I was trying to fake it every day and make it through the day, but it was tough. It was basically it was panic fueled. So I'd get up in the morning and I think, how am I going to get through this day? You know, I could go to work, but that was all I could do. I couldn't go into shopping centres. I couldn't go for a walk on my own. The fear was, I feared the fear. That's the bottom line of it. I feared panic attack. Any sort of feeling I'd experience that was anything slightly towards panic, that's it. I'd create safety behaviour to avoid it. And you world shrunk, you know, when it all started, whenever, however far back, my world just shrunk. So it was, yeah, August was a very dark place, very dark.
Mm.
But you get a lot of other things like with the anxiety. I think it manifests like to OCD and metaphobia, or you know, it just carries on and on and on, and DDPR, and it's a scary time. I was scared, if I'm honest.
Yeah. What sort of anxiety were you struggling with?
It just sort of every week it seemed to be something different. It's like I'd get over one thing, or I'd think I'd get over it, or I'd try and deal with it the best of my ability, and then something else would come in. Have had them all over the years, you know. It was just it was a very surreal time. It was yeah, you're just surviving. You're literally just surviving. If that
Yeah.
makes any sense.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, talk a bit about what it was like getting in the car for you.
Oh, it was hell. It was hell. The fear before I got into a car, or I could go to work, but for me, it was the fear I'd never get home again, and
Mm.
it was so bizarre. It was like because the panic would come in, you know, you lose all faith in your ability to tell yourself you're okay and you've got this.
Yeah.
It's like you go back to child mode. So yeah, for me, getting in the car was tough because I knew it would bring on a panic attack. So I could do a route and I couldn't really deviate. Like I couldn't go off and like if I was invited places, I'd always make excuses and be like, yeah, not today because I'd make something up anyway. And I lost out. I've lost out on so much time because of this.
Yeah. Yeah. What else were you struggling with?
Um, I believe that I've over the years, I think anxiety was so strong, and I just think it takes over the whole of your life. So today I struggle with just one anxiety. It was it was just all thrown. It was like a grenade goes off in you, you know, in your head. So you just can't think, and every day you'd have something different that, for you know, even with the DDPR, it was that was like experience that you're not even you're like you're living, but you're not living. If that makes sense, you're it was like the Truman Show. Like you were like just put into this world, and all these things are being put in, and it didn't feel real. The world didn't feel real. So for me, that was just scary. And on a daily basis, that is freaky. It's freaky, and then you just think you're broken. I thought I was so broken. I thought I was unfixable. And with the anxiety, every day you'd get like just rushes of it, just rushes and rushes of anxiety, and it makes you feel very ill, very sick, but you're not sick. You know, you're not. It's just you create a lot of this yourself. You can create a lot of the symptoms, and it's yeah, it was a grim time, absolutely grim.
Did you ever think you were going to get better?
Nope, no. I'd sort of I thought okay, I can do basic stuff, you know, and I know that I can get shopping delivered. You know, it's quite easy these days, like with the Amazons, or you know, it was easy, and I thought I'd sort of I thought I just felt calm, thinking, okay, this is me now. You know, I I've lost out on so much in my life because of anxiety, and I just accepted it. Acceptance. I accepted the fact that I was never going to get better. Look how far I've come. You know, my
Oh,
life is properly changed.
I know. Do you want to talk about that? How's your life changed since August?
Wow. You know, it's been an emotional roller coaster. Ever since starting with you, it was tough in the beginning because sometimes I thought, is this for real? You know, I decided to commit to the program 100%. And yeah, within 2 weeks, I started noticing changes. And within a month, big changes. You know, I could go out again. I was going out. I was driving. I was going to the local towns. Within 2 months, I was going to the cinema. You know, I was flying about the place, going for weekends away again, and I was reclaiming my life back. And it was just, for me, it was so freeing. After having this for such a long time, all of a sudden it's like, whoa! it's like freedom is here, you know. And I've seen so many therapists in my life, and been on so many different courses, and you need somebody who's been through what you've been through personally. Like, otherwise, how can they know what you're feeling or what you're experiencing? So for me, finding you was like gold dust, and it gives you your freedom back. It gives you your life back. And I feel now I can go out. Like last night, you know, I drove an hour away, and that would have been unheard of. And I went to a I went to a wedding, and you know, I let rip on the dance floor, and it was like it was freedom. You know, it was great.
I mean that's it's you're just hearing that you drove an hour to London and you went to a wedding and you were dancing. It's almost like I remember the old version of you. I remember the John who had no hope, the John who tried several therapists, the John that had been through a lifetime of anxiety. And to really hear you say that I drove an hour by myself, and we drove 2 hours together on a call as well,
Yeah, we did.
it's mind-boggling because you never thought you'd even go to London again in your lifetime.
No, I didn't. You know, I had like I just thought it's okay. You know, I'll never go on a holiday again. I'll never go to London again. I'll never go anywhere where there was too many people again. You know, hospitals. I thought it is what it is. You know, and I can't put myself through that because I just couldn't handle the panic attacks. I feared the fear, and now I don't fear the fear.
What would you
Very
say to
blessed.
people who want to join the program but they think it might be a scam? Like I had a girl who joined the program and she was worried that it was going to be a scam, and then when I picked the phone, she was like surprised, like, oh, this isn't a scam. What would you
Yeah.
say to those people? Because surprisingly, I get a few people who say, oh, how do I know it's not a scam?
Yeah, you know, trust the process. Trust. Look at all the testimonials. I
Yeah.
mean, I've got to be honest. When I first joined, I thought this ain't for real. This could be a scam. I did, and I remember talking to Fiona, and she said the same, and we said, do you know what? I don't care less. I need this. I've got to take that leap of faith, and it's the best leap of faith I took. So yeah, 100% not a scam. I'm here. You know, look at the testimonials. It's
Yeah.
100% not a scam, and yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
Uh, I mean, the future's bright for you, and what does the future have in store for you?
Ooh, freedom to do what I want when I want, and yeah, to get back. I've got back to me. I feel like I'm more me now. So when you come when you're suffering agoraphobia and you can't go out, you know, it's very limiting, isn't it? And it's yeah. Now I know that I can. I've got my life back. So the future was a look like it. It looks. It's a happy future. It's a future full of hope and possibility. You know, which is the biggest gift anyone can ever have, to be
Beautiful.
able to do stuff again. And yeah, so yeah, awesome, absolutely awesome.